Hello and welcome to another current conversation video. We are back once again with a Smash Brothers update, and by we I mean I'm Dan, and with me today I have Alex.
Hello!
Alex, yes, we have more Smash Brothers announcements. Obviously there was the big E3 Direct that happened. We won't talk about the whole Direct, we're just going to keep this like Smash Brothers thing going, where every time a new character gets announced we'll talk about our thoughts on the announcement and see where we're at in terms of our predictions, because as of right now I'm pretty sure we're 0 for 5, is that correct?
Yeah, so okay, actually, I'm 1 of 5 because of Rex and Pyra, which did happen.
Yes, you did say Rex, actually good. Well, you said, yeah, Rex and Pyra. See, yeah, we'll give you that one. I forgot about that. That's a good point.
Yes.
Okay, so obviously the new character is Kazuya from Tekken, which I now think about it, like, why did none of us say a Tekken character? Like, it makes so much sense. It being Namco.
Like, this dude is unpredictable, man. Like, it's one of those things, no matter how many characters we suggest, we'll always get this one character where it was like, okay, that was not one of our predictions.
Yeah, exactly. You're not much of a Tekken fan, right? So what was your reactions or your sort of feelings to this character being included?
When I saw the opening, I was like, okay, is this Smash Bros? Saw Gan and I was like, wait, is this a Zelda thing or Smash Bros? Then we got straight to the character, I saw the haircut and I was like, wait, this is Tekken, isn't it? And then when I saw Kazuya, I was like, oh, Tekken! Why didn't I see this coming? I think it was Hayachi. He was a Mii costume. And given Namco has no representation after Pac-Man for fighters, I was banking on Lloyd being the one because Tails is, popular in Japan and such. But surely they would have added Tekken by now if Ryu got in and, like Terry Bogard got in. Which, speaking of, I consider Kazuya to be this Fighter's Pass Terry Bogard, a character that I don't have much to say about. I barely played any of their games, but honestly, it makes a lot of sense, and I have a lot of faith in Sakurai that he'll make a quality playing character. Even if I might not play as much, he'll have a great stage, great music. Terry had like 50 music tracks. I absolutely respect it, and it's a fighting game character, so I saw something stupid on Twitter where he was like, why Sakurai did too many fighting game characters? Like, dude, that's like 4 characters out of bloody 80 characters.
I actually did see that same tweet and I was thinking, like, what the hell was that about? Because there's been so many Fire Emblem characters. I thought it was a joke at first, and the guy got like massively lambasted on Twitter for it as well.
And my first bit, I was like, the usual Smash Bros fans making generalizations on dumb assumptions on this. And I'm just like, if anything, I'm surprised it hasn't got more fighting game characters.
Yeah, it makes sense, right?
Considering it is, well, a fighting game. Even if you don't like Kazuya's inclusion, he is a fighting game character.
You think of the biggest fighting game franchises in games, right? Street Fighter, it's Tekken, and it's Mortal Kombat. So, obviously, Mortal Kombat may be a bit sort of unlikely to get in Smash Brothers. Obviously, crazier things have happened, but that's the other big like fighting game outlier, whether or not they could like do those characters justice in a teen-rated game. Obviously, they've been in a similar game themselves. There was that DC versus Mortal Kombat game, which people didn't like that much because of the toned down violence. But anyway, going back to the Tekken, I'm not like the biggest Tekken fan, but I did grow up playing the original PS1 games, specifically 3. I have played a fair amount of Tag Tournament 2 on the Wii U, which is a great game. I've not played much of the Tekken series other than those games though, so I'm not like the most up to date when it comes to this franchise. But I'll admit that when it opened, I saw Ganondorf and was like, okay, it's Smash Brothers. Saw the character carrying Ganondorf over like a volcano, I was like, oh, it's Tekken. Because if anyone knows Tekken, like there's a whole history of Kazuya and his dad Hayachi, and I think like Jin, or there's a whole like 3-generational thing of these characters in Tekken that like throw each other off the fucking volcano. It's so stupid, yeah. But it's become like a running joke almost in the series now.
Because you've got the reference. When I saw that, volcano and the guy thundering, I did not get the reference at all. I just assumed it was like maybe it's some badass character or maybe it's just some out of nowhere character. But again, it was the haircut that gave it away for me, because it was like, that sounds like a very Tekken haircut, like very black pointy, muscle man. When I was a kid, I played Tekken on the demo discs, they used to do on the PlayStation magazines. I think it might have been Tekken 2, or I can't fully remember. But I'm not really a one-to-one fighting game fan. But as I say, I do fully respect the inclusion, and it makes a ton of sense, for it to be in.
To be honest, it makes sense also not to have Hayachi, because Hayachi was in
PlayStation All-Stars.
PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Hayachi was in there, so we have like the opposing sort of like characters. We had Hayachi in that game. Now we've got Kazuya in Smash. We've got Snake in Smash. They had Raiden in All Stars. I guess like Kazuya, I imagine is probably going to play very similar to someone like Little Mac or like Ryu, obviously, and Ken, because it'd be a lot more close quarters. Because Tekken doesn't really have projectiles necessarily. It's very much a hand-to-hand combat game. I imagine that like Kazuya also probably won't have much like when it comes to aerial sort of maneuverability. So I wouldn't be surprised if he plays very similar to those two characters I named.
I'm going to assume he'll play similar to Ryu, where like it's very rooted into his fighting game origins, his moveset. Although the one thing that does help him stand out is his dragon form he got in the trailer, and I was like, okay, this looks really fun.
Definitely like a unique aspect, yeah.
Yeah, I guess like for me that does make me look forward to playing as him. And here's the thing: the Ryu, Ken, and Terry Bogard are nowhere near my favorite characters to Smash because they play like the fighting game like roots. And I don't really enjoy one-to-one fighting games that much. So, like, again, it's not that they're bad. I completely understand why people like the characters a lot. Yeah. It's just a personal preference.
I do think like Kazuya will play very similar to how he plays in Tekken. Very similar to how Sakurai makes sure that the characters can play like their original, like where they come from. So, like, you can do like the similar inputs with Ryu and Ken in Smash Brothers, not just pressing B in a direction. Like, you can actually perform those moves. And I wouldn't be surprised because if anyone's unaware of how Tekken plays, it's a 4-button game where each limb is essentially a button. So you got like left kick, right punch, left punch. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's like some kind of button inputs that are very similar to that. Perhaps, obviously, as well as the traditional Smash Brothers control scheme.
Actually, I didn't even know that was a thing in Tekken. You have 4 buttons.
I guess we'll sort of finish off the video now thinking there's one more character, and I was kind of hoping that we might get a tease, like 2 characters in this Nintendo Direct, a bit similar to how it was in 2019 where we got Hero and Banjo at the end.
And in 2015 where we got Ryu and Roy.
Yeah, exactly. But obviously we just got the one, so they're saving the hopefully the best till last, right, Alex? Even though that traditionally they never save the best character till last when it comes to the base roster or any kind of DLC pack.
Like, I don't know if you saw Push Dustin's tweet he did yesterday, but history has stated that Smash Bros. Hasn't ended off with a grand final character. The proof of that is Smash Wii U ended with Corrin, another Fire Emblem character not a lot of people really asked for. Granted, Bayonetta did ease it a lot, as though she was like possibly the best final character. Smash Ultimate in general, last new character, Incineroar, it's another Pokemon. The Last Fighters Pass, Byleth, the most controversial new character in Smash, because it was another Fire Emblem character, after we got 4 surprised third-party characters. So for this one, it could end on another Pokemon or like another Mario character, just something not everyone saw coming, but possibly not in the best way, just like, not a grand finale, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I would love obviously to see them finish on a high here. There's like strong rumors. There was like, I forget where this is from, like it was like Forgaben, who like is very like notable and like getting predictions or leaks or whatever you want to call them, Smash Brothers, right? And he said about Master Chief possibly being one of the characters, or at least he was in talks. So that would be a big thing to end on. I'd be incredibly shocked that actually would be the character, just because we've already had Banjo and Minecraft Steve. I would be surprised if we got a second Microsoft one in the DLC pack 2, or third one total. I guess the question to you, Alex, is who do you think it could be?
In the predictions video we made, I said it was going to be Gino, and I was so certain it was going to be him because, of the history of him since Brawl, and Sakurai, well, he added Ridley despite the naysayers, him being too big, so he'll add Gino, right? Well, no, he's a Mii costume, so I was like, I'm gonna shoot that out the window. Another one which nobody will see coming and would be an insane one would be a Sony character like Nathan Drake, Ratchet and Clank.
My god, that would make no sense in Smash Brothers.
I know that will never happen, but still, it's like, one of those, if it's a final character, a character like that will drive the internet bonkers. Or, even someone like Sora, because we all thought he was never going to make it, but because of Disney characters. So if Disney gets any representation in Smash, even though Disney's not video game related, at least not always, but Sora's a video games thing, so that I would think is a grand final character. But I'm not going to get my expectations too high on this. So I'm just going to go with, just a standard character, or even a third party one, like Crash Bandicoot. I know, like, there's been some stuff about about him really like the toys for Bob and Activision, but if it's on Crash Bandicoot or even a Nintendo character, well, the main characters from Astral Chain, you know, like where people are like, oh, that's underwhelming, another letdown, because it's not who we wanted or asked for, but, you know, that could be a fun addition.
With all that said then, what is the one character that you would... Actually, yeah, go on, give me one character you want to be the final one, and give me one character you think will be the final one.
What I want to be the final, if it was up to me, Sora, like always. But realistically, I'm not seeing it happening. But realistically, I really hate to go with the, you know, popular opinions, you know, like that's what everyone says, but realistically, I'm just expecting Crash Bandicoot.
That's ridiculous to me as being a realistic choice. I think Crash has no chance, personally.
I don't know why, when I think of other characters, like, you know, Lloyd or Rayman, I just sort of like, you know, they would have been added by now.
This is why my point is, like, I just think that they'll go for something more, like, safe. Activision don't play well at the moment, and neither did, like, there's no way a Sony character, like you mentioned earlier, that Sony would not have a character there. I actually think that Sora's probably more likely in Crash at this point, just, like, based on stuff I've heard, but I don't think that either are likely. I think that it'll be someone, honestly, like a Ryu Hayabusa from like Ninja Gaiden, or someone like that, like a sort of out of left field character that'll be like, oh, that's a cool fighter, that makes sense for like, you know, because it's got history with Nintendo.
Yeah, or Dante from Devil May Cry.
Yo, Dante would be a great addition. You know, I'm not like the biggest Devil May Cry fan, but yeah, that would be a great character.
Yeah, okay, let me rephrase it. Now, when I say realistic choice, I mean, third party wise, I just have a gut feeling it's Crash, but I'm open to, if it's Ryu, like, from, you know, Ninja Gaiden or Dante, or even Doom Guy, I'd be like, okay, that's what I would think. But if we talk about Nintendo characters, I'm just gonna go with, you know, the main characters from Astral Chain, or even like another Pokemon, which will give you a point in your prediction.
You can't make your mind up, can you?
No, I can't. I'm sorry. I think after 5 or 11 DLC characters, we've come to the conclusion Sakurai is unpredictable. So I don't feel comfortable with one choice anymore. Yeah, you know.
Okay, so like my one I would want, it'd be like Conker from like, you know, Conker's Bad Fur Day. That obviously wouldn't happen. I know we've got Banjo, but I can't see it happening again. Or even like Joanna Dark, like from Perfect Dark. I just want another rare rapper in there as well. But that would be my go-to pick if I were to have any character. But my actual guess is Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden. I've heard there was a bunch of rumors going around that he was going to be a character like early on. So I think that he could be the last one. I think it'll be a character like that though, possibly a third party, because we've already had 2 Nintendo characters in the second pack, right? Where we had 2 in the first pack if you include Piranha Plant and obviously Byleth. I think that we won't get another Nintendo owned property. I think it will be another third party, but it'll be another Japanese character. I think it will be someone from like, I don't think it'd be necessarily Lloyd perhaps, because no, we just got a Namco rep, haven't we? So I don't think it'd be someone like Lloyd. I think it will be another Japanese developer, perhaps Capcom. Maybe they might get another Capcom character. So I know people want like a Resident Evil character, but I mean, I'd love it if Leon or Chris or Jill got in.
Ethan?
No, yeah, Ethan. That would be so ridiculous. And his final smash would just like, he bleeds his hands all over everyone. But anyway, I think we'll wrap it up there. People, let us know what you hope will be the final character, what you think of Kazuya, and also what you think will be the actual final character.
Yeah, and also one more thing, just a food for thought. If Kazuya isn't Smash, does that mean Tekken and Street Fighter is real?
Well, I mean, we already had a Tekken Cross Street Fighter.
No, I mean the one after that.
The Tekken Cross Street Fighter.
Yes, does that technically mean it's real?
I mean, no. But yes, because I saw people saying that, like, oh, finally, that means we can now get the Tekken Cross Street Fighter game. I was like, it already exists. It was called Street Fighter v Cross Tekken. But yeah. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Hopefully, we'll talk about, you know, in a few months' time, the final Smash Brothers DLC character.
We'll see you on the other side.